Hey, family, and welcome back to a Woman's Heart podcast. Now, we're going to be exploring the captivating world of beauty and entrepreneurship today. I'm so excited because I love beauty and I love entrepreneurship. And it's a local business owner. Her name is Nina Wilson. And so get ready to get inspired by taking this remarkable journey with us today to hear her passion about what she does and how she got started. So hang in there because she's going to be dropping us some serious gold nuggets today. And I'm excited. Hi, and welcome back to Woman's Heart, a wellness and lifestyle podcast. I'm so excited you're joining me for another empowering message because today we are honored and privileged and truly inspired to have a guest on our show. Her name is Nina Wilson, and she is a seasoned entrepreneur with a remarkable 6-year journey in the beauty industry. And at the age of 41, Nina is not only the owner of the Beauty Haven, but she also shines as a beacon of empowerment in the world of beauty and female entrepreneurship, which is close and near and dear to my heart. And her wealth of expertise and passion is not only dedicated to curating exceptional beauty experiences, but also to educating and inspiring women to embrace their best selves. She is a guiding force in the realm of beauty and female entrepreneurship. So think of me as your chief encouragement officer, bringing you firsthand expertise from an entrepreneur who is committed to fostering and all of that self-confidence and empowerment into the beauty world. Welcome to the show today, Nina.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Edna. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we're so happy you could join us. We're looking forward to you sharing with us your journey and how you got started and, kind of where you are now. So let's just jump right on in.
Okay.
Why don't you share with us who you are from your heart and what makes you get up in the morning?
Yes. So, of course, my faith in God helps me get up in the morning. Nina is a woman of faith, a virtuous woman, a beauty enhancer, a mother, an entrepreneur with many, many creative abilities. I wear many hats.
Wow.
Um, and just, like fulfilling my purposes and that drives me to start my day in a positive way.
Awesome. I love that. I love it. So can
Mhm.
you share with us a little bit about your journey in the beauty industry and what inspired you to just start Beauty Haven? Did you have a another career before this?
Oh,
Did you just
definitely.
start? I mean, yeah, walk us through
Definitely.
what that looks like because a lot of women have other careers and they want to do something different and they don't know where to start or how to start. And sometimes it begins and sometimes it's a struggle. So tell us a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, so I've always been into beauty, just even in high school. Wanted to do cosmetology, but my parents kind of wanted me to do something different.
Mhm.
And so they ended up signing me up for childcare education versus cosmetology, something that I really wanted to do. And so that's how early it started. So even throughout high school, I've worked at two different like hair salons as part-time jobs as a shampoo girl, just working alongside of hairstylists. Although I never got my cosmetology license back then to do hair, I ended up going into the corporate world fresh out of high school, freshly at 18. And I was in corporate for about 20 years. So my background in corporate started off as a receptionist
Mhm.
and then worked my way up to being an executive assistant. And that was pretty much my last role coming out of corporate.
Mhm.
So I always knew that corporate world wasn't necessarily for me.
Mhm.
I wanted to own something. I wanted to have freedom of time
Mhm.
for myself. And then, of course, becoming a mother, being able to, you know, like be available for my children, on my time. So, um, my friend actually is the one who turned me on to lashes. I didn't even know anything about them
Right.
when I started. And I had never even worn eyelash extensions at that time.
Mhm.
So after getting the training, I was excited and started practicing like on friends.
Mhm.
Um, and then once I felt comfortable, I put out like a Groupon ad.
Mhm.
And I had, at the time, I was in my townhome and I had a little kitchen nook, and I kind of like set that up as like my little lash studio.
Yeah.
And people were very understanding. And once I started to see how they were reacting to what I provided for them, that gave me more confidence to continue to keep going. And
Mhm.
I knew that this was something that I can create into a business, and that will take me out of the corporate world. And I am so grateful that I learned that particular training, because it opened up so many doors for me.
Mhm.
Just again, time freedom, financial freedom, being more comfortable to do things for me and my children that wasn't able to do all those 20 years of being in the corporate world. So um, that's pretty much how I got started with lashes.
I love that. So the train, so we're, I guess the next question to that is the follow-up question is,
Mhm.
were you running it parallel where you were doing lashes and you were still working in corporate, and then you
Yes,
found the money that you were making was more in
yes,
the lash industry? Okay, tell us a little bit about that, because that transition is huge.
yes. So it took maybe a total of 3 years, I would say, for me getting started, and
Mhm.
then me actually having the confidence to step out on faith and do it full time. But once I started to see, because of course I did it part time, a couple of nights after work, and then of course on the weekends. But once
Mhm.
I started to see that there was a need for it during the hours that I was actually at my corporate job,
Mhm.
and that I was missing more money from being at my corporate job. And it came right on time, because sometimes when we're in these corporate positions, we're not
Mhm.
appreciated. Our worth, our
Exactly.
value, and our skill set is really not appreciated. And I found more comfort in being able to help women feel better about themselves, and their personal appearance. It was more fulfilling than sitting at a desk for 8 hours.
Right. So it gave you opportunity to spread your wings, and being
Yes,
valued, seen, and heard is a huge, big, it's big.
yes,
um, and what you just said when you were saying, I was shaking my head because I was like, that's all we want, is to be valued, seen, and heard.
yes,
Period. That's
yes.
because you bring a lot more to the table. And I always say this too with anyone that's in a corporate role or position, and I've been in corporate as well,
Mhm.
where sometimes the company doesn't see the full value of everything you bring. Like, you have three-dimensional personality, and they're just looking at the
Yes.
one thing that you're bringing, when they could be really tapping into some other stuff, and they don't even realize. I'm like, so I always tell women, I'm like, they don't even know what they got. They don't even know who's working for them, because they're not
Exactly.
taking the time to find out.
Yes, yes, very true, very true. Yes.
So with that, you're not only a business owner, but also a beacon of empowerment to women. So can you share some key moments in your life or career that led to your commitment to empowering women? Because that is near and dear to my heart as well. I love to empower women. That's like my jam, right?
Yes, yes, yes. And I want to actually grow in that, because we need it as women. So I currently have two great young women that are working underneath me.
Mhm.
And I am striving for them to be as great as I am. That is a huge goal for me. And when I hear from them about how much they look up to me
Mhm.
and how much of an inspiration that I am to
Mhm.
them, that really, really drives me.
I
And
love
it
that.
really drives me to help them walk a way of life that they feel that they are not as capable of. And I let them know, like, everyone is capable of doing these things. You got to find the confidence and have the confidence within
Mhm.
yourself first to do that. And it's such a great feeling, when when they compliment me,
Mhm.
and when they say, "Hi, Queen Nina," and
Right. That's
I'm just
good.
like, "Oh my God, thank you,
Right.
for thinking of me like
Right.
that," because we have just in general so many personal, plights about our life.
Right.
So,
Right.
and sometimes we don't see ourselves in the same light as other people do, but
Exactly.
when they remind me of that, it's like, okay, Nina, you are doing something right. You're moving in that right direction that you want to help other women.
Mhm.
And it's truly only the beginning
Yes, it
of me doing that, because there's so many more things that I just want to do to help women.
I love that. And God gave you a really awesome platform too, because the beauty industry and what you're doing in the beauty industry, what you
Mhm,
said about women, when they feel good about themselves, they it makes them feel good, right? They're
mhm,
empowered,
mhm.
encouraged. But then not only that, being in your chair, I'm sure you're pouring some confidence into them and encouraging them. And so they probably walk away very empowered.
Yes, they always say it's like, I'm
They,
coming to get my lashes done. I'm
right.
coming to see a friend. And this is my therapy session. Like,
Therapy. Like, oh my
yes,
God, I
there's
love
so many things. Yes.
That's awesome. So,
Hmm.
I know that the Beauty Haven is known for curating exceptional beauty experiences. Could you share some unique aspects of your approach that set your salon apart from others, other than the empowerment piece? Because that right there sets it apart. But what are some other things you think that sets it apart?
Hmm. Um, when I started to visualize how I wanted my salon to look,
Mhm.
I wanted women to feel clean coming in, cute,
Mhm. Mhm.
confident, comfortable,
Right.
coming in to the salon. So I put a lot of thought into the aesthetics of the salon. So when you come in the door, of course, it's all the colors that us women love, and
Mhm.
it's vibrant. It smells good. It
Mhm.
looks good. You have your affirmations on the wall.
I love that.
So um, I want them to feel the best. We have nice refreshments. We have
Mhm.
a beautiful waiting area.
Mhm.
And then once they actually come into my suite, it's almost like a more of a serene vibe.
I love.
Um, so I really try to create a very good experience for my clients, because these women are taking their money and
Mhm.
they're putting me in their budget.
Right.
So I want them to have the best experience possible coming to the Beauty Haven. So I'm always pleasant, always providing great customer service,
Mhm.
always giving like compliments, and just boosting them, letting them know that even without the lashes or without the makeup, you're beautiful
I love.
before this.
Mhm.
So, you know, I try to help them in many ways. Again, like I said, sometimes I feel like a therapist um, because they come in the door. Nina, I couldn't wait to get here. I have so much to tell you.
It's like,
So, so my ears are always listening to them and just making them feel the best possible.
I love that. That is so good. So,
Mhm.
so many entrepreneurs face challenges in their journey, and I'm sure that so everybody, not just um, in the beauty industry, but
Yeah.
overall, any entrepreneur. But what were some of the biggest challenges you encountered when you started growing your business, and how did you overcome them?
So, because of the type of person that I am, I feel like I had many challenges to overcome. Um, one of the biggest challenges is to just get started. And so it's hard because you can talk yourself out of stuff.
You can. It's either you do or you don't. The thing
Yes.
I used to always say is, if you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right.
Mhm, yes. And
So,
so that was one of the biggest challenges was for me to get out of my own way.
right.
And then once I started, I saw things going great. Of course, that provides more confidence.
Yeah.
Then I had to overcome being too nice.
Yeah, that's the thing. It is a thing,
Yes,
I don't know. It's like people know you're so nice, right? They're just like, oh, and they play to that. But niceness is a strength, actually, because you could come across a different way. But I always
that's
tell
true.
people niceness is really a strength,
Mhm.
because you could show up any kind of way any day.
That's
But if
true.
you choose to be a kind person, that's huge, right?
Yes, yes. And with that, people truly do try to take advantage of you.
Mhm.
So I had to learn those particular clients.
Right, right.
And so I'm not huge on confrontation or anything like that.
Mhm.
So to even just to, let them know like, hey, no, I'm not gonna do this. It was a lot for me.
Right.
So it,
That's huge for you because that's your personality doesn't necessarily turn to the no. But when you gotta
right.
do it, you gotta put your foot down.
Yes, yes. Excuse me.
Mhm.
But have a sip of water.
I'm gonna do the same.
And then one of the other challenges is, charging with what you are worth.
Yes, your value. That is important.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. And the service that you provide, the experience that you provide, your skill set. So kind of like getting over that,
Mhm.
and just putting it out there and seeing it being, accepted and received by others. Um, it's almost like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Because
It's
it's like,
growth. It's part,
yes,
it's part of your growth. And that was good
yes.
because you have grown. You now
Hmm.
know. I mean, you're full blown entrepreneur and business owner, and you couldn't have gotten there unless you said no to some things, right?
Right, right.
Right.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly. So those are some of the challenges that I faced within growing my business.
Awesome. Awesome. So
Hmm.
what advice do you have for women looking to enter this beauty industry to start
Hmm.
their own business, especially if they're passionate about empowerment and self-confidence?
Oh, yes. To just get started, just get
Mhm.
started, have the confidence, be true to yourself, be true to your purpose, and be true to the things that you want to do. Um, find a good mentor
Mhm.
that will help you along the way, but also develop develop things on, for your own. Make it your own.
Right. I love it.
Hmm.
Love it. So, in your opinion, how has the beauty industry evolved in terms of promoting diversity and inclusion, and what role does your business play in this transformation? Because, you know, I've talked to some business owners and the diversity, equity, inclusion, all of that's important so much across corporations, but it's also important across small businesses as well.
Hmm. Um, in the beauty industry, I still feel like the industry has not evolved in the way that it needs to,
Mhm.
especially for women of color. I think that women of color, we are not being recognized at the top tier level
Mhm.
for what we are capable to do for other women of color.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so I still think that the industry that I'm in, when it comes down to like permanent makeup,
Right, right.
um, still has a lot of work to do with that because I get advertisement for huge conferences and stuff, or come here, we're having this PMU conference or this PMU conference, and I see the panel
Right.
and I see nobody that looks like me.
Mm,
And that
mhm.
kind of, alters my mind about going
Right, right, right.
because even though I feel like I would get good information,
Mhm.
and I see a lot of good women of color there, a lot of artists that are just, I truly admire them and their work, and they're
Mhm.
not getting recognized the way that they should to be on these top tier panels. So I think that they still have some work to do. It still needs to evolve in that way.
Mhm.
Um, Although I do feel like the permanent makeup industry with like their pigments and their shades, they are coming out with more shades for women of color.
That's good.
Um, yes, that is good. So we have more things that are suitable to our skin.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Good to know. And that's that, as anything, it's growing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, hopefully, we can get there,
Yes,
all of them
yes,
together.
yes,
Thanks
that's
for that.
true.
That's
That's true.
perspective. I love that. So, can you share a success story, maybe particularly a memorable moment from your career that illustrates the impact of the work you do in the empowering women in providing exceptional beauty experiences? Like maybe a success story of someone that I know you hear from your young ladies that work with you
Mm-hmm.
and you're mentoring them. But what about your customers? What's a good story
Yes,
there that kind of
yes.
stuck with you?
Yeah, so I have had many clients, of course, that love the end result of their service. But one client in particular, her reaction to finally having eyebrows
Mhm.
will always continue to put a warming feeling in my heart.
Uh-huh.
Uh, when I finally revealed to her, her new look, she cried and
Oh.
she expressed how much confidence that she will now have
Mhm.
um, with her new look. And the fact that you can do that for someone, because you never know, just something that small that's lacking, how that
Right.
can affect them.
Right.
So yes, that was I can never forget that.
That's awesome. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Um, I giggle because I'm like, I need to come to you. I need to come.
Come on, Miss Edna.
I
I
do.
got you.
No, I need to come to Nina. So, how do you balance your role as a mom, a business owner, mentor, and advocate for empowerment? What strategies do you use to maintain the balance in your life? Because as a business owner, a mom, and you got a lot going on, and you're mentoring women, and you're pouring into other people. How do you pour into yourself? What does your world look like in terms of balance and stillness?
Yes. So, number one, um, knowing that it never stops. And that's okay because when you are called to be a mentor,
Yeah.
a leader, or just an inspiration to others, that to me is a part of fulfilling your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So I balance by just embracing those things and what I am called to do. But I also make sure that I take the time for myself. I stick to my days off, and
Mm-hmm.
within the time of me being off, I have my self care.
Mm-hmm.
I do my meditation. I pray to God and I ask God to guide me for that week. I journal.
Mm-hmm.
I do a few different things to help me ground myself to prepare for the upcoming week. So I think those things are important.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you're not able to do them every day or every week, still find yourself coming back to that place of just giving yourself, even if it's a 5 minute meditation,
Mm-hmm.
just or a 5 minute breath exercise, just get to that place where you can find that calmness within you, um, to prepare you to help others to get to what they want to be, because it could be overwhelming if you are just consistently pouring into others and not giving back to yourself.
Right. I have a graphic that's it's a cup that's empty and says you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to be filled up to be able to pour out.
That's
So
correct.
you have found a way to do that, and that is so
Mhm.
good. I commend you on that because
Thank
there's some
you.
business owners, and I've seen them. They just keep running, 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 and they know that they're not taking the time out to settle their spirit, right?
Hmm.
And then they
Hmm.
just keep chasing after all of these things, and it's a never ending story. You just continue, but you never get filled up.
That's
You just
true.
always pouring into others or finding things to go get after and run after, and so you never slow down. You never stop.
That's true. That's
There
true.
has to be a stopping point where you just rest in that, you get rested and
Mhm.
meditate, take time out, all of that is important.
Yes, it is.
Important for and it's important for the people around you
Yes.
because
Yes.
you become very snappy if you are not rested and you
Oh,
don't get
yes.
the proper rest and get the proper grounding. So that makes a
Yes.
difference. Makes
Yes.
a difference. So what are the future plans for or goals for the Beauty Haven? How do you envision continuing to make it a positive impact in the beauty world? Like, what are your next things you're looking at doing with the beauty? Because you got a lot of services. Let's talk about that. What
Yes.
services do you provide? Because I went on your
Well,
website. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So why don't you share with the listening audience some of the services you provide? Because I didn't know about you until I met you, right? But
yes.
now I know about you. So now I can share with everybody I know if they're looking
Yes.
for services.
Yes. So the Beauty Haven is a beauty boutique.
Mhm,
And that was one of my goals, to offer
mhm,
multiple services to women that, like, helps and enhances their beauty. So I currently offer lash extensions, and I have two other techs that can do lash extensions while I'm doing some of the other services like micro shading,
mhm,
microblading. Also do permanent eyeliner,
mhm,
permanent lip blush, and I had just added on body sculpting, which is to help, help you lose unwanted fat in certain areas, help reduce the appearance of cellulite,
mhm,
help you slim down, reduce
mhm,
some of those inches, because, us women, we always like to be in tip-top shape. So
mhm. That's right.
um, I do ultrasonic lipocavitation to help with the body sculpting,
Mhm.
wood therapy, and the infrared red light therapy.
I love that. So you
Yeah.
have a lot of services that women
Yes.
can take advantage of. So, and I
Yes.
wanted you to share that because I, it's just so many. Like,
Yes.
and you're on the map. Like you're in Herndon, Virginia, right? So
Yes.
anybody in the DMV area most close to you, which I call the Dulles corridor, should know
Mhm.
about you and your services. And if they
Definitely.
don't want the
Definitely.
services, they can share it
Definitely.
with someone else, right?
Yes, definitely come and see me.
I love.
Um, but to answer your original question,
Mhm,
within the next 5 years, I would love for the Beauty Haven to have expanded to a bigger facility.
mhm,
This facility will be equipped with 3 lash artists, a
mhm,
permanent makeup center,
mhm,
wellness and body sculpting section, and as well as a training room. Um, I want the Beauty Haven to be able to give back to the community as well, um, to help, if not have a foundation by then, to help young women just, come into their own, know how to
mhm.
take care of themselves, know how to be great women for the future, teach them how to be business minded as well, um, and just to be a great virtuous woman overall, because this is what's needed in our community. Sometimes we fall short, and I can just remember
Mhm.
being at a point in middle school where you're trying to figure out who you are. You're
Right.
trying to figure out,
Time.
um, do I look cute, or, do I have the confidence for this, or how do I do my hair, or,
Right. Mhm.
like, how do I apply this makeup, or like, how do I, like things like that. And I want to be a resource for that. I want to have a foundation, for that, for young women, um, to be able to come and learn all those things, and be able to get tools and tips to carry that throughout the rest of their life.
I love
So
that.
yes.
That's an excellent, excellent goal. So thanks for sharing that with us. That's really
Yes, of
good.
course.
So you are certainly a empowerment empowerment of women doing
Yes.
it, entrepreneur,
Yeah.
confidence coach, all of that. So I love that. So
Yes.
and wanting to give back to the community impact is huge.
Yes.
um I don't think a small business could operate without having that. I really believe that that's part of the journey, being able
Mhm.
to tie back to the community as a small business. So that's important. Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
With everything that you have going on, could you share with the listening audience where they can, like, if they want your services, how they can reach out to you, share your website and information?
Yes, of course. So we are located in Herndon. The Beauty Haven is located at 626 Grant Street, Herndon, Virginia. You can most definitely find the Beauty Haven on Facebook and Instagram at the Beauty Haven VA. So it's pretty simple. Just type it in there and I should come right up. And then from there, you'll see my website. You can easily access that. It's to me, it's pretty easy to navigate, but if you are not able to, I always encourage people to reach out to me via text message,
Mhm.
and you can reach me at 571-926-2996. And that is the best way. I will reach back out immediately.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Nina, it has been a pleasure having you on the show today. And I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to share your wisdom and expertise with us and your journey and your heart. It's truly been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Edna. Thank you for having me. I am
You're
so
welcome.
grateful for the opportunity.
Our pleasure. And we know that you're a trailblazer in the beauty industry. So we're looking forward to seeing you grow within the next 5 years.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
exciting.
Thank
So are
you.
you looking for space in Herndon as you're growing? Are you looking, is it going to matter? Are you going to rest in Herndon, trying to stay in Herndon?
So I think I am going to venture more towards there's this particular spot in Chantilly that I've been having my eye on.
Mhm,
And I think that that's pretty like a neutral location. It
mhm.
has great parking. It has the correct amount of space.
Right, right.
So that's where I visualize my salon, but God knows the path. So wherever He leads me is where I'm going to be. But yes, within the radius of Herndon. So nothing too far. Nothing too far.
Good to know. Good to know. Well, I
Yes.
want to tell the listening audience it's a wrap. And if you've enjoyed our time together, please remember to share this podcast, like, subscribe, and tell a friend. We're growing our podcast show, so we want to get the word out and spread the word. And
Yeah.
mark your calendars for our annual virtual vision board workshop. It's scheduled for Thursday, December the 28th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. And I'll always sprinkle new stuff in, ladies. So be prepared. I always do pre-work, so you'll get some pre-homework before you even jump on the call. So for those that are interested too, I want you to know that as a confidence coach and a master mindset coach, my passion lies in assisting women in discovering and embracing their inner strength. So I offer a range of services, including coaching, educational resources, training programs, empowerment workshops, and networking events. And if you want to take a deeper dive into your personal growth, you have an option that you can do one-on-one coaching or join a session and be part of a supportive mastermind group. And for more information, you can email me today at voemeettoday@gmail.com, or you can hit the website on voicesoфencouragement.com. And until we meet again, Ephesians 4:1, walk worthy of the call for which you were called.